Match day 5, match day 6 of Euro qualifiers are here. This is the time where teams can create a buffer and secure themselves to next year's Euros. A lot of groups are intensifying, so let's get through the preview and predictions of match day 5 and 6. And of course, joining me is Sammy Chiodi. You can find his link in the description down below. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and let's get into the video. Here we go, people. It's the Euro qualifiers. 6 games to go. Who will qualify to next year's Euros in Germany, where Sammy lives, of course. And we got Group A, Scotland. You don't need to show that jersey, Sammy. It's a disgrace right now, the German national team. We got Scotland, who have gone for a perfect 4 for 4. They look like they're going to just ease their way to Germany. And then it gets interesting. Georgia, Norway, Spain. Obviously, they're all played a different amount of games.
As you see from the table, Norway and Spain are a little bit behind the rest of the pack. They need now results. Spain played only 2 games because they played at the Nations League finals, so it's not looking as dire for them like it might appear on first sight.
September 8th, we got Georgia versus Spain. This is going to be tough because you remember the last time Spain went away to Georgia. I cannot remember the result of the game. Do you remember the result of the game?
It was I believe, 2-1 win, and they scored the goal in stoppage time.
I'm going to go with a slight victory for here, Spain. I just think Spain, even though Georgia are on the rise, and I think they will still qualify, even if they don't qualify directly through the playoffs, I'm going to go for a 2-1 narrow victory for Spain here.
I've got actually the same scoreline, but in the opposite direction. I go Georgia upset, 2-1 win for Georgia. I think before the qualifiers started, I had picked Georgia to finish second and qualify directly. They haven't really satisfied me. You know, I think they can show more. They have more to offer. Spain, it's also a historical thing. Every 8 years or so, they tend to have a very bad result in qualifiers. Out of the top of my head, I can mention in 2006, I believe they lost to Northern Ireland 3-2 on the road, Euro qualifiers. In 2014, 8 years later, they lost to Slovakia on the road 2-1, I believe. And now 8 years later, again, I'm sensing a sensation. I'm sensing upset here.
Are Scotland going to go 5 for 5? I think they will. I think I'm going 2-0 for Scotland. I'm just so impressed by them. I'm shocked at how well they're. I think, okay, they had to weather the storm against Norway. But at home, Scotland are a beast right now. And away from home, I think they can get a result easily away in Cyprus. Do you agree?
Yes, I think I go with the same scoreline. 2-0 looks about right to me. I noticed they are very good in winning second balls. I think in that parameter or in that metric, they are one of the best teams in Europe at the moment. I saw in the highlights they scored many of the goals when they won second balls in midfield or in the final third. And they're just very well-drilled unit under Steve Clark.
How bad are Spain going to beat Cyprus? Sorry to any Cypriots watching, but I'm going to go 4-0.
Yeah, same score. I think Spain, in my prediction, they would have lost to Georgia. They would need to bounce back and they would destroy Cyprus. 4-0, I'll go as well, yes.
Okay, so now it would get very interesting. Norway have to win this game. There is no question. They have to win this game. So they would still have to host Spain and go away to Scotland. Do I see them winning both of those games? No. So they have to win this game.
Norway will win this game because I watched also the first leg. Norway were unlucky to not win at Tbilisi in Georgia. They had so many chances, and Haaland was missing in that game. He was out injured.
But when Norway played against Scotland, they didn't look that good, in my opinion.
Yes, sure, Scotland were always good at suffocating opposition. They don't let them enter, the final third, and in that they're just defending very well as a unit. Georgia, they don't have the same defensive solidity. They allow way more dangerous looks on goals, and Norway will get the chances in this game, and I think they will nick a few goals and win this. And Haaland is, I believe, called up. He will play. He is fit. And this is a must-win game for Norway.
Don't you think they have so much pressure on them to win this game that will be in the mindset of the players as well? Who knows? Maybe Georgia will have to... Actually, I think Georgia are kind of in a sort of win-win. They're like, okay, if we lose, we got the playoffs. If we win, we're going to look good to directly qualify. So do you think there's going to be a lot of pressure then on Norway? And the mindset is going to be on the players and the manager. I think the manager will be under the hot seat then.
Yes, the pressure is on. Definitely, Norway need a win here, not a draw, a win. But they have the quality, and I think they will create the chances, and they will eventually score. I think, as I said in the first leg, they were unlucky. Both teams had their chances, but Norway had more and better chances.
Agreed.
And I think now with Haaland back, I will back them here in this game.
I'm gonna go. This is so tough. I just think Norway have to win. So if they don't win, I think they can kiss goodbye to direct qualifying. They have to win this game. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say this to the Norwegians watching. You have to win this game, people. I'm going to go 2-1 Norway. I think they will do this. So here is Group B. We got France on a perfect record. 4 for 4, 9 goals scored, 0 conceded so far. Greece are in second. And then the Republic of Ireland, Netherlands are behind, and Gibraltar haven't scored a goal yet, and I don't know if they're going to score one, to be honest. But shout out to the Gibraltars watching. Let's get to then the matches that are coming up in September. We have some big games, of course, especially for the Netherlands. France versus Ireland is first up. Look, I think Ireland can definitely give a tough game to France, but I just think France are the best team in Europe. Them and England are right now my favorites for the Euros. I just think they have too much quality for Ireland. I think Ireland are looking maybe to that Netherlands game and saying, we can get a result in this game. Away from home, especially in France, I think it's going to be too difficult. I'm going to go 2-0 for France.
Yes, I agree with you. France will beat Ireland. I think, Ireland, they had a good performance against France at home when they lost 1-0 narrowly, and they had also a chance in the stoppage time, also a very dangerous moment. But as you said, I agree with your assessment that France are top, maybe the best or top 2 team in Europe at the moment, together with England. And there's not much to say. They should win this game, and I back them also to win this game.
Now. If the Dutch, if they somehow lose to Greece, I don't know if it's panic time, but it's getting close. It's getting close. I'm kind of impressed by what Greece are doing. I think they got a good young generation. Gus Poyet is doing a very good job. I don't like the Netherlands are just so difficult to read because I was impressed by them in the World Cup. They gave a tough game to Argentina. They pushed them to the penalties. They came back from 2-0 down. During these qualifiers, it's just like I've not been impressed. But it's only been 2 games for them. Maybe they can have a good performance against Greece. I think for Greece, they're like, all right, look, if we can get a draw here and then we can take points away from Netherlands at home, then we have a good shot of qualifying. I don't think this is going to be easy for the Netherlands. I think this is going to be very difficult, but I'm still going to go for a 3-1 win for the Netherlands at home.
3-1. That's convincing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think it's going to be convincing. I think it'll be 2-1, and then they'll get a late goal like in the 90th minute. I think that's how it's going to go down.
My thoughts on this game, the Netherlands, at the Nations League finals, they didn't look good at all.
Defensively, they were shocking.
Defensively shambles, conceded way too easily, way too many goals. And under Koeman, the second stint of Koeman, they are not doing so hot at the moment. And Greece, I agree, under Gus Poyet, they are again on the rise. They were promoted to League B of the Nations League, and they had a good start to this Euro qualifiers. They hold France to a 1-0 loss on the road, and actually France scored only by a questionable penalty. It was not even a clear penalty. No, so I think. And I have also the vibes with Greece after 20 years after their heroical run to win the Euros in 2004. I know the players, they're feeling that this is a special cycle and they need to deliver. My prediction is, I think Netherlands will just edge it. Maybe by 1 goal, not 3-1, maybe 2-1 or 1-0.
Well, but then it gets easy for Greece because they'll just beat Gibraltar 5-0.
Yeah, there's no doubt on that. They will. They won already 3-0 on the road, so they will walk over Gibraltar. Yes.
Yep. And then it gets interesting because I think if Ireland beat the Netherlands at home, then that second place gets a three-way battle between Greece, Netherlands, and Ireland. The new generation for Ireland is promising. I think they put in some good performances. I think they're going to be a very strong home team. Away from home, I don't really see those same performances. I think at home they can get a result. And I think the Netherlands got to be prepared for it. They cannot underestimate this Irish side. If they do, I wouldn't be even shocked if Ireland win this game. But I'm kind of tempted on saying 1-1. But I'm going to go slightly for the Netherlands. I'm going to say 2-1.
Playing again my upset card. I think Ireland will upset the Netherlands and will win this game. Yes, I'm not sold on the Netherlands. I'm not sold on them. And I think when they go on the road and they play this, Ireland, they're always tough to play in their home. They have the crowd behind them, the atmosphere. And it's a talented generation. They just... they don't have a very good coach, I have to say. I don't rate him as a manager, but they had a good performance against France at home, and I'm not sold whatsoever on the Netherlands. I think Ireland can squeeze out maybe a 1-0 win in this game. That's my prediction.
Continue on to Group C. It's easy peasy for England. 4 for 4, 15 goals, 1 conceded. They're already qualified. And then it just gets interesting for second place. Ukraine are in second place right now with 6 points. Italy with a new coach, and they are on 3 points. North Macedonia also on 3 points. And Malta they're just here. Sorry, Maltese, but you guys are just here to enjoy the ride. Now, some interesting games this month, I must say. I think this is a big month for Italy. Spalletti, who we know is the new manager, is going to have a tough 2 games to really get this campaign going. But first, we got Ukraine-England. What's your thoughts, Sammy, first of this game?
Times at the Euros, we saw England smashing Ukraine 4-0 in the quarterfinals. And in the first leg, it was only a 2-0 win, but England were fairly comfortable in that game. They scored early and they dominated. They are just too strong at the moment.
Yeah.
And Ukraine, but under Rebrov is the new coach, and I expect maybe not from the get-go, but I expect good things from Ukraine under his tenure, because he seems to me like a talented young manager, because he had some good stints at Ferencvaros and some other clubs in Ukraine also. Game against England, I think, is a little bit too hard for them, but England just a different beast at the moment, different animal. I would still back England to squeeze out a narrow win here.
I agree. I think England are just too good. I think Ukraine will give them a tough game. I think England will win this game 2-1. I think they got too much for Ukraine. Now, Sammy, what about Italy? It is a new start for them. Mancini resigned. He goes to take the job in Saudi Arabia. And Spalletti, the manager who won Napoli their first title in 30 years, is the new manager. And he's got to go away to North Macedonia. I rate Spalletti highly. I think they kind of maybe needed a new change, because I felt like Mancini, after the Euros when they won it, which was fantastic, it's just been stale. I don't think he's been that inventive. I wonder what Spalletti is going to do with this squad. Are we going to see a bit more different tactics, new personnel? We don't know with Italy. It's going to be fascinating. North Macedonia are going to give them a tough game. We know North Macedonia are no pushovers anymore. Back in the day, you could say easy victory. It's not going to be like that anymore. I'm going to go 1-0 Italy. I think it's going to be a very narrow victory for Italy here. Just, you don't know what to expect under a new start. It's always difficult to predict with new managers and how will the players react and all this Mancini news.
Actually, North Macedonia have a new manager as well, just like Italy. But I'm not sure who exactly, but it's some domestic guy. The last manager, they sacked him. And North Macedonia, after that win against Italy in the World Cup playoffs, and then they lost to Portugal, they haven't been doing so hot. They haven't been doing so well. Also in League C of the Nations League, very disappointing, finishing behind Bulgaria and behind Georgia. A game where they are up for it. I'm sure they will play their best and they will give Italy a tough game. I think Spalletti will win his first game in charge. It will be not very convincing. North Macedonia will make it tough, but they are just not in the form they used to be. And I think it's also not a very tough away venue either. I mean, the stadium is very weird in North Macedonia and it's rarely sold out. And yeah, I think Italy can squeeze out a win here.
And then this is where they have to win, I think, really. They're playing at the San Siro. It's going to probably be a full crowd. It's going to be electrifying atmosphere. They're going up against Ukraine. What do you think's gonna happen here then? Do you are you smelling a draw? Are you smelling sort of a cagey game where maybe both teams don't really want to take a front foot in the match?
Yes, but we don't know how will Italy look under Spalletti and what tactics will he apply. And yes, I think this is a very tough game. And Italy, they just don't have the individual quality they used to have back in the day. So this is a pretty even matchup in my opinion. And Ukraine will give Italy a very hard game. And Ukraine also they tend to get often draws against powerhouses. For example, against France in last World Cup qualifying, they hold them to two draws. And they have also the quality, I know Mudryk is not playing that well in the Premier League for Chelsea, but for Ukraine, he's been delivering. I've got, of course, still Zinchenko, Malinovsky, and talented crop of young players. I predict a stalemate for this, a draw.
I have no clue, people. You let us know in the comments if you're watching. What do you think is going to happen between Italy and Ukraine? I think because it's at the San Siro, maybe Spalletti's first game in Italy. I think the players will be up for it. I'm going to go narrow 2-1 victory. Then quickly, North Macedonia, Malta. North Macedonia to win.
I haven't thought so much about this game. What I say is Malta, they are better than a couple of years ago. They had some
eyebrow... Yeah, they're improving, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, they had some eyebrow-raising results in friendlies, but the question is, can they now also show it in competitive games?
Difficult to call. I think this is easily North Macedonia 2-0.
Yeah, I kind of see because they have quality midfield and I agree with you. I was tempted to go with an upset.
I convinced you, Sammy. It's okay. I convinced you.
Okay, North Macedonia. Okay.
Group D, also an intriguing group as everything is bunched up. Really, Turkey are on 9 points. Armenia, great result away to Wales last time around. They got 6 points. Croatia got 4 points. Wales got 4 points. Wales are a little bit on the outside, and then Latvia. Even though Latvia are improving, they are definitely improving, and I think they could be giving tough games to opponents here. But here are the September fixtures, people. Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting debate. Croatia, Latvia. I think this should be an easy victory for Croatia, but I think Latvia might make this closer than maybe people think, but I'm still going to go 3-0.
Something like 2-0, 3-0. Croatia, they just need to get their campaign going now. They have only 4 points, but they have, of course, still Modric and all the quality midfielders, and they will, of course, play. They will create many chances in this game, and it's a mismatch. Latvia, they just don't have the quality. And yeah, I fully expect Croatia to win this game.
Now the next one, it gets interesting. I don't need to go into the history, but this is going to be a very hostile game for Armenia. Turkey, Armenia, they obviously played against each other in the first game of the qualifiers where Turkey, they won 2-1. Now it's in Turkey. Turkey are looking good. Armenia are also looking good and got a great victory away in Wales in June. I still would go with Turkey. I just think they're just too strong of a home side. Armenia might give this a tough game. I'm going to go 3-1 Turkey. Even though they don't have Arda Güler, by the way, because he will be injured. But I still think Turkey have too much.
Turkey, they had a good performance against Croatia at home when they lost 2-0. They had many chances, but they conceded 2 goals just like that. And they put Croatia under a lot of pressure, and they showed that they have the means to play on the front foot. And always Turkey at home, very tough team to play against. And for Armenia, I see them on the rise. They had a beautiful performance against Wales on the road when they won 4-2. Beautiful team goals, all goals, pinpoint finishes, and very strong performance. And they have also they naturalized a couple players also. And their team to keep an eye on. I think they will give Turkey a tough time, but, psychological point of view, it's tough for Armenia to play against Turkey. We know the history. And can they put on they were very clinical against Wales on the road, but can they be that clinical in this game? That's a different question because, we know the history and everything. I think they will give Turkey a tough game, but my scoreline prediction is 2-1 for Turkey. I think I go with the same scoreline as in the first leg.
Then Armenia will be hosting Croatia. If Armenia want to have any chance of qualifying, I would say they kind of have to get a result in this game. I really respect what Armenia are doing so far in this group stage. Croatia, it's Croatia. They're going to make life difficult for themselves to qualify, but they will qualify somehow. I still think Croatia will win this game. I think Armenia, like we have already said earlier, they're going to give a tough game now, I think, to the top teams. I still go Croatia 2-1 in this game slightly.
I think I agree with you. I go with a 1-goal margin for Croatia as well. Yeah, it's just a tough group for Armenia, but they will showcase their skills. They have something to offer, and but Croatia, again, with the midfield, they have always the control in games. And they have also now young, good defenders like Guardiol, who just got the transfer to Manchester City. And I think they will get it done, but it won't be convincing. Armenia is also one of these shady away games, on the Caucasus region, and it will be an awkward game for Croatia, but they will somehow win it, I think.
And then Latvia, Wales, just quickly on Wales, I think they've just been super disappointing, and I think they're going definitely through a sort of generational change where obviously Bale's retired. They're trying to find, okay, who can we rely on in the big moments now that Bale is gone? I think Wales are just going through a transition right now. I'm really impressed by Latvia. I think Latvia are improving a lot compared to what they were last couple of years where they've been terrible. I still would expect Wales to win, though, but I don't think it's going to be convincing. I'm going to go 2-0.
Latvia, Wales. The first leg, Wales won 1-0. I'm very down on Wales at the moment.
I am as well.
I'm so disappointed in how they, they basically, after Bale retired, they're just not the same team anymore. And it's shocking to see how much of a difference made one player. And I'm going even with a draw here. I'm picking a draw here.
Group E, Czech Republic are on top. They haven't lost the game yet. Albania are second. Moldova are third. Poland are fourth. And Faroe Islands are still in fifth place, but with a point. And now, after the craziness of the last June results, where Moldova came back and beaten Poland. I'm still shocked by that result, by the way, Sammy. I don't know how that happened. Poland are going to face a tough opponent, I think, in the second match day. They should be fine the first match day. Quickly, the Faroe Islands are improving. And as we see, Koksvik have qualified to the Conference League. I'm telling you, there are no pushovers anymore, but I still think if Poland do not beat Faroe Islands, Fernando Santos is going to be sacked immediately after the game. But I would say Poland to win 3-0.
Yeah, same scoreline. I think Poland, they will make light work of Faroe Islands. The Faroe Islands, they are only kind of dangerous when they play at home. On the road, they are basically, they can't put up much of a fight. Need to get their campaign going in this game.
If Poland somehow drop points in this game, then they're going to be in trouble. I'll call right now. They're going to be in trouble not to qualify. Czech Republic, Albania, big game. First versus second in the group. Czech Republic, it's just one of those teams where I'm just I kind of just take it for granted that they qualify because they're just a consistently good side. And I think Albania now under Silvino, I think they're getting better and better. I just think they need Broja. They need that striker really to get them the goals. And Broja is still injured out for Chelsea. I think with Czech Republic at home, it's going to be tough for Albania. I don't see this going to be high scoring. I could see this being a 1-0, maybe even a 0-0. But I'm going to narrowly edge it to Czech Republic. I'm going to say 1-0.
Yes, I agree. Czechia will win by 1 goal. They are very good always in Euro qualifiers and even sometimes at the Euros itself, at the tournament. They don't have a good record in World Cup qualifiers or so, but they always qualify in the Euro qualifiers. And, they have Patrick Schick and they have some decent players.
Even though he's probably going to be, I think he's injured for these qualifiers. Yeah. So it will be Hlosek.
Hlosek,
yeah. The countryman also at Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, he can do the job, I think. And Albania, they are looking better under Silvino. I noticed they play better on the ball. They have a better play on possession now. They can also dictate playing more and create chances. But as you said, they miss badly Broja, who's still out injured. And yeah, they've got also a couple other strikers, but they're not of the same quality, that's for sure. They're looking more towards the second game because there's the better chance maybe to get a result. And yeah, I think Czechia will narrowly edge this.
Yeah, I actually just saw their next 3 games, Albania. They're playing Czech Republic away, Poland at home, and Czech Republic at home. I mean, if Albania can get, let's say, 5 points from that, I think they can look very positive into qualifying directly. I think that's a good possibility, but it's going to be fascinating. Now, can Moldova continue their incredible results and beat the Faroe Islands away? Like you said earlier, Sammy, Faroe Islands are a good home side. They're kind of looking at this game and saying, we can win this game. And Moldova are thinking to themselves, we can win this game. So, hey, we might get somewhat of an open game, sort of, but I'm very excited by this striker that Moldova had, Niculescu, because he was fantastic last year in Israel. I think he got a move to the Eredivisie in Holland, but I'm not too sure. Let us know in the comments if that is true. I think Moldova, they're improving, but Faroe Islands at home, it's a tough venue. I'm going to go 1-1.
I give it to Faroe Islands at home.
Okay.
I think Moldova, yeah, they had good results this far, but I think also some of them were kind of a fluke. I think, for example, the 3-2 win over Poland, my explanation for that is Poland were leading 2-0 after an hour or so, and they just mentally totally switched off, and then Moldova had that comeback to win from behind, 2-0 behind, and win 3-2. I'm still not sold. I don't think this is truly a rise for Moldova. And Faroe Islands at home, yeah, I'm going to back them here.
And then the last game, Albania-Poland. This is going to be... I don't know if it's going to be the greatest watch, but it's going to be a very cagey game. I don't think either opponents are going to want to really push forward and win the game. I think maybe Fernando Santos in his ways, he's just looking at this game and saying, let's just get a point here and go home. Maybe Albania are looking at it like, hey, we can get a result here. What are you kind of thinking with this game? This is a difficult one to call.
Yeah, it will be kind of a slugfest, and it won't be many, I think, dangerous looks on goal. Poland not at the best at the moment. I'm feeling here an upset. I go 1-0 for Albania.
That would be some result for Albania. I think if Albania win this game, then Poland, that direct qualification, they got to win every game after this. They got 4 games after this. Oh, no, three games, excuse me. They're going to have to win every game. So Poland got to kind of get a result here. And I think for Albania, they're like, okay, we could possibly lose to Czech Republic, but then we can get results at home against Poland and Czech Republic. I think this is going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 0-0. On to Group F, where we have Austria on 10 points, top of the group. Belgium on 7 points. Sweden on 3 points, 3 matches played. Estonia and Azerbaijan both on 1 point as we go into the September games after that horrific result for Sweden where they got absolutely destroyed by Austria. They go away to Estonia. Quickly, I'm going to go 3-0 Sweden.
I go 3-1 Sweden.
Same with Belgium. I think they will win 2. I'm going to go 2-0. I think Azerbaijan will give them a tough game. I'm going to go 2-0 for Belgium.
Yes, same score, and I think it will be low scoring. Azerbaijan at home, they can hold them to a respectable result, but Belgium, too much quality in the final four. They will win 2-0.
Agreed. Then Belgium at home to Estonia. I mean, look, 5-0. Sorry, Estonians. Tere to all my Estonians. I'm going 5-0.
4-0.
4-0? All right.
Yeah.
Now this is the big game. Sweden better perform better than what they did in Austria the last game. They got absolutely destroyed. Destroyed. Yes. It could have been 5-0 if it wasn't. It was. That was probably the one performance where I've seen in my life, and I'm like, Sweden are just terrible, guys. They're terrible. And Austria played amazing. Got to give a lot of credit to Ralf Rangnick and what he's doing. Sweden need to win this game. There is no excuse. If they don't win this game, and if it's a similar result to what happened in Austria, Jan Andersson he's already on the hot seat. If he loses this game badly, he's gone. He's definitely gone. And Sweden's chances of qualifying to the next Euros, and remember people, they don't even have a playoff spot. So it's going to be no Sweden at the next Euros. I just kind of feel like they have so much pressure. They have to win this game. I'm going to go Sweden 2-1. I think they can somehow get their campaign together and try and force their way into the second spot. But if Austria win this game, I think it's bye bye Sweden. What do you think, Sammy? Do you think Sweden are in danger of missing the next Euros?
Yeah, they are absolutely in danger of missing the next Euros. I mean, they need now results. They need to get also results against Austria and Belgium. It won't be enough to beat up on the lower teams now. Annihilated in Austria. Austria, they scored very late, but they had so many chances. And it was a miracle that they had not scored earlier in the game. And Sweden were just outplayed badly in that game. And Austria, I like them a lot under Ralf Rangnick. They are doing very well. They play that typical high press, high octane football we know from Leipzig and Salzburg. They have all this time the same kind of style of play, and Ralf Rangnick I think is a perfect fit of a manager for Austria. He speaks German. He knows these players very well. Yeah, Austria, they don't need much of this game. I think if they get a draw, they will be very content, will be very happy. It will work in their favor. And yeah, I just like them a lot, what they are doing at the moment. And I think I'm not sold whatsoever on Sweden. I know you said they are under pressure. They need to deliver. I'm predicting a stalemate. I think Austria can get a draw from this.
If that happens, then Sweden have to win every single game. And that includes going away to Belgium. So they have to win this game. There is no excuses for my Swedish guys. We continue on to Group G, where we have Hungary and Serbia both on 7 points. Montenegro are still in the fight with 4 points. And then Bulgaria and Lithuania. Yeah, it's going to be a long qualifying campaigns for both of those countries. As we move on to the September games, we have a big matchup in Serbia. But first, we got Lithuania versus Montenegro. I don't think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. Montenegro are a side that don't score a lot. They don't concede a lot. So it's going to be a 1-0 narrow victory for Montenegro. Agreed?
Yeah, I go even 2-0. I think
wow. You're letting them score 2 goals. I'm surprised.
Lithuania, one of the 4 or 5 worst teams in Europe.
All right, and then the big one, it is Serbia versus Hungary. I actually don't remember where the game is being played. Stadio Ratko Mitic should be an absolutely great atmosphere. I love what Hungary are doing. I'm kind of a little bit more down on Serbia. I just look at them defensively, and they don't look strong, and they don't look like they fixed the problems from the World Cup, if I'm going to be honest. They'll still qualify from this group because I just think they have too much against Montenegro. They should qualify. Against Hungary, I think this could be a high-scoring game because we know what Hungary possess, and they're so deadly on the counter-attack. I think this is going to be a high-scoring draw. I'm going to go 2-2.
I believe played without fans, without crowd, because something happened before earlier in a qualifier game, and this will be behind closed doors. This is my information.
Comments, let us know if that is true, if there is not going to be a crowd in Serbia for the game, because I'm not too sure if there is, but Sammy says there is. But verify with our Serbian brothers if there is going to be a crowd. Even if there's not a crowd, I'm still going 2-2. What do you think? Are you on high as Hungary as I am, or do you think Serbia can get a result at home?
Serbia, I think since the World Cup, they've been kind of in a downward spiral. I mean, at the World Cup, they exited with 1 point, and it was a very disappointing campaign for them because they entered that as a dark horse and they had high hopes. And post-World Cup, they've been getting the results, but they've been not convincing at all. They rely on individual quality, and they have some, they always look very shaky at the back. Even a team like Bulgaria created numerous chances on that defense. Hungary, I see as a more solid team all around, as a unit, more cohesive team, better defense. And I'm not high whatsoever on Serbia. I think Hungary will beat Serbia in Belgrade. I think 2-1
in
Hungary.
Belgrade. Ooh.
Yes, I trust Hungary in high-stake games more than Serbia. I think Hungary, they have shown me in the last years that they have something going. I like this team. I like their mentality. And Serbia defensively always shambles, and with their 3 at the back or 5, how do you see it? I predict Hungary road victory for this one.
Then we go to the other games in September. Montenegro going up against Bulgaria. Your prediction?
My prediction for this one, let's go 1-0 Montenegro. For this one, I go 1-0.
Shout out to any Montenegro's watching, but yeah, I'm gonna go 1-0 as well for Montenegro. That's just what they do, people. That's what they do. They don't score a lot of goals. And then Lithuania, Serbia, I'm gonna go 4-0.
Yeah, I'm going 3-0 this one.
All right, people, it's the big one. It's the big one, and I don't want any complaints from you in the comments. It is Group H. Oh boy, Finland. You know, Sammy, as Trump would say, stop the count. Finland and Kazakhstan to qualify directly, but unfortunately there is 6 games to go. Finland and Kazakhstan are first and second. I don't think anybody could have predicted that after 4 games. Denmark and Slovenia are both on 7 points. Northern Ireland on 3 points. And the worst team in the world are last with 0 goals. So let us get to these September games because they are absolutely massive implications for these matchups. I'm the Finnish person here, Sammy, so you got to go first with the Kazakhstan-Finland game. First off, they're first versus second. Second, I'm not so confident with this game. I'm going to be perfectly honest, but I want to hear your thoughts and your prediction.
You know, Kazakhstan, they always play their home games at artificial grass. That's something to consider.
Well, I'll let you know that most of the Finnish players have played on artificial grass their whole lives.
Yes, yeah, that is what I wanted to refer also.
Okay, go ahead.
They have, you know, that advantage Kazakhstan usually have over their opponents when they host them. That goes now out of the window. That is not the case anymore because the Finnish players are familiar with artificial grass. And Finland also have a kind of good track record against Kazakhstan. We saw it in last World Cup qualifying. They beat them home and away, but Kazakhstan have progressed since that campaign. I see this ending in a stalemate, 1-1. Kazakhstan, Finland, 1-1.
I didn't want to hear that, Sammy. I didn't want to hear that, but I'm going to be honest. I've been thinking a lot about this game, and I just preview it that, okay, on paper, Finland should be beating them, but I highly respect what Kazakhstan are doing. I just think that they're not really defying the odds, but I just think that they're playing out of their socks, and they're just playing with such a passion. And
they play with house money.
Yeah, they're playing with house money. It's perfect saying. And going up against Finland, they want some revenge. Finland beat them twice last time around. I gotta back my boys. I gotta go 2-1 Finland, but I'm not confident whatsoever. If I'm predicting with my head, I'm going 1-1. But we always go with the heart, and Finland is winning this game 2-1. So don't disappoint me, Finland. And by the way, people, I will most likely be doing a watch-along for the game, so join me for that. Denmark-San Marino, I'm going 6-0.
I'm going 7-0.
All right, there we go. Then Slovenia versus Northern Ireland. I have not been impressed by Northern Ireland. It's just not the same team. I think they're kind of going through a transition. I don't really see a good playing style from them. I like what I see from Slovenia, but Slovenia have to take their chances. I'm going to go 2-1. I think it's going to be a narrow victory for Slovenia, but I've been impressed by what I've been seeing from them. I just think they got to just be a little bit more clinical, Slovenia. I think that's their downfall so far.
Yes, I agree. Slovenia, they are on the rise again. They had, in terms of results, not so good June window. They lost 2-0 to Finland on the road, and they drew Denmark 1-1 at home. But Jan Oblak wasn't playing in those games. I think he was out injured, and they conceded, for my money, some goals who Oblak might have saved.
Definitely against Finland, they conceded easy goals.
Yeah, honestly, and I think he should be back. I think he's playing with his club, Oblak. So, and as you said, Northern Ireland, there's not much quality these days on the Northern Irish team. They've got their former manager back who had them close to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, so they've got at least a decent manager, but the squad is not, there's not much quality in it, and I think Slovenia will get back to winning ways. I'm going 2-0 Slovenia.
If that happens, then this group is going to get absolutely wild. I think there will be 4 teams on 10 points with 5 games to go. It's going to be absolutely wild. Then Kazakhstan hosts Northern Ireland, a long trip for Northern Ireland. I think then Kazakhstan win this game, and I'm going to go 1-0.
Same as you, 1-0 Kazakhstan.
All right, there we go. And then the game I will be at, Finland versus Denmark, is going to be sold out. It was so hard to get tickets for the game. That just shows you that the popularity of football here in Finland is getting crazy. I want to say we can get a draw, but I just feel like Denmark, man. I know they dropped points against Kazakhstan. I know they dropped points against Slovenia. Maybe there's some question marks around Kasper Hjulmand. what I saw against Finland in March, I was like, that game should have been 5-6-1. If just Denmark were more clinical and Radetzky was not the goalkeeper. I think Denmark going to slightly win this game 2-1.
Yes, I favor also Denmark in this matchup, also for the reasons because at home they very much dominated Finland. Should have scored more. They need to show something now. They had some subpar results in this Euro qualifiers campaign so far. Against Kazakhstan, they were basically in control of it. They were leading 2-0, but out of nowhere, they just gifted Kazakhstan a penalty, and Kazakhstan came back, won that game 3-0. I still think that result was kind of a fluke. I mean, Denmark, I don't think they...
You can't really say it was a fluke, though, because then they went away and beat Northern Ireland as well.
Yeah, I mean, a fluke from Denmark's perspective. I think they are not as bad at the moment as maybe the results suggest. I think they are still a very good team. They've got the quality. I'm backing Denmark to win in Finland. Let's say, yeah, again, I'm going with the same as you, 2-1.
But I have to say, Sammy, if Finland somehow win both of these games, I'm going to be looking at flights to Germany. That's all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start believing that we're actually going to qualify, because then our last remaining games, I'm like, you know what, we can definitely win 3 out of those 4 games. So, but that is a long shot to happen. It's going to be very intriguing. I think there's going to be a lot of changes within this group. And I mean, the last game is Slovenia, San Marino, 5-0.
Yeah, I'm going 4-0. 4-0.
Now on to Group I. Switzerland and Romania, after drawing 2-2, are on 10 points and 8 points. Israel are in the fight with 7 points. Belarus, Kosovo are both on 3 points. And Andorra got the 1 point, but they only have a -4 goal difference, which is better than Belarus. So shout out to Andorra, who are performing somewhat well in these qualifiers, and they will be playing Belarus at home. Sammy, do you think Andorra can win this game?
They stand a chance, but I know Belarus, usually they don't do well against higher ranked teams, but they tend to beat teams they should beat. And I'm going road victory Belarus 2-0.
You go road victory, I'm going home victory. Andorra to win 2-1. Let's go with some madness. I think this will be the upset. I guess I don't think you really call it an upset because how much Belarus have fallen. I mean, Kosovo have. I think Kosovo have been the biggest disappointment so far in qualifiers. And they're going up against Switzerland at home. That result against Romania kind of like brought me back. I'm like, okay, maybe it was too high on Switzerland, or maybe it's just a fluke result. Who knows? Mbolo is out injured with an ACL, so he's going to be out for the rest of the campaign. I would still say Switzerland. I don't think it's going to be super convincing. I'm going to go 2-1. Kosovo have been the biggest disappointment so far.
Yes, I agree, because they have some players like Rashica, Zhegrova, yeah. They've got some quality players, especially on the wings in attack and so on. But I don't know what is going on with this team. The mentality is not right, and the chemistry, they are not working for each other. They are not defending well or tracking back to defend the goal. And that manager still in charge? Or
no, he's gone. I think they sacked their manager and they hired somebody new now.
Yes, they sacked their manager. Yes, I think that was long overdue, because
yes,
they haven't been doing so well. You know, Kosovo, they see this as a derby because, you know, some Swiss players have Albanian roots. Shaqiri and Xhaka.
Yep.
So it will be also for them a special atmosphere to go to Kosovo. In a friendly, this matchup happened not long ago. It was a 1-1 draw, and Switzerland played at home. Kosovo had a stellar performance in that game, but again, it was only friendly. This is now for points on the line. I'm tempted to go maybe with a draw, because I know Kosovo, they will at least fight in this game like hard.
They have to win this game. They got to start picking up points.
I'm going with a draw. I think they will show up in this game.
Another big game, Romania versus Israel. I mean, Romania got a fantastic result away to Switzerland, 2-2. Israel have been picking up some more and more points, you know, after not such a great start. Difficult one to call, but I kind of feel with Romania at home, I feel like they can get the win here. Israel don't really play that good away from home, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm going to go I'm going to go 2-1 Romania. I think they can edge this out.
You know, Romania, they were lucky to draw Switzerland 2-2. Switzerland had so many chances, but they couldn't score. And then at the end, Romania scored out of nowhere 2 goals. I rate, Israel a little bit higher than Romania. I know what you're saying. Israel on the road, not the greatest team.
They're not great at all. They're not at all.
It depends also on matchups. I know in last World Cup qualifiers they were always destroyed on the road, but they played mostly against very physical teams like Denmark, Scotland, Austria. I don't see Romania as a physical side. I'm picking Israel 2-1 here. Israel to win 2-1.
Then they host Belarus. This is where I think Israel will win. I'm going 2-0.
But also when they played Belarus on the road, they were 1-0 chasing the game, and they just won by 2 goals in stoppage time, something like that. And in the last World Cup qualifiers, they showed that they cannot play well against physical teams. Yes, quality is on their side. I'm predicting something very counterintuitive. I'm predicting them to beat Romania on the road, but get halted at home 1-1 against Belarus.
Romania and Kosovo. It's a tough month for Kosovo. They got some tough opponents. Romania, I would predict them to beat Israel. Could Kosovo maybe be a bit better? They're going to have to kind of get a result here to stand any chance. I'm going to go 1-1. I think Kosovo can maybe just needed a managerial change to just change it up because they got quality, but I'm going to still go 1-1.
Yes, on this one I agree. So I'm predicting a bad window for Romania. I go with a draw as well.
That would be a terrible window for Romania. They would only collect 1 point from you. And then Switzerland, Andorra, I'm going 4-0.
Yeah, for this one I go 5-0.
And the final group, it is Portugal with 4 wins out of 4, 14 goals, 0 conceded. Slovakia are second with 10 points. And Luxembourg are in third with 7 points. And then Bosnia. Oh, dear Lord. And then Iceland are also with 3 points as we go into the September window, which should be very intriguing once again as we have Bosnia versus Liechtenstein. I mean, this is another team alongside Kosovo where I'm like, I don't know what the heck Bosnia are doing right now. I mean, obviously they can go through the playoffs, of course, but the performances have not been good enough. So, Liechtenstein, they're going to beat them. I'm going to go 3-0.
I'm more generous. I'm going... Because Liechtenstein, they're one of the, I think, 2 worst teams in Europe at the moment. I think I'm going Bosnia 5-0.
5-0. Damn. Damn. And then we got Luxembourg, Iceland. To be honest, if you would have said 7 years ago, Luxembourg, Iceland, who's going to win? You would have said Iceland 3-0. Well, the times have changed. Luxembourg are on the rise. Iceland, got a little bit better momentum, I guess, now. I still would pick Luxembourg, and that is just crazy to say. Luxembourg to win 2-1.
Yeah, I agree. I go with a slight win for Luxembourg. I think they've got these days actually some decent quality. Iceland these days, I don't have much quality in their golden generation. They're basically not. They're not playing for them anymore, or they are so.
They have
aging.
a lot of good. They have a lot of talented young players coming in, but I don't know if they're going to be selected here. But I think in the next couple of years, Iceland will be back to being competitive again, I think.
Yeah, but for now, they are down. And
for now, yes.
World Cup qualifying cycles, they finished second to last in the group, and they are, as of now, again, second to last in the group. Yeah, so in Luxembourg, they are chasing a historical feat, qualifying for their first major tournament ever, and they should get the win here, in my opinion.
And then Slovakia, Portugal, the top 2 going up against each other. Portugal have a perfect record. Roberto Martinez is starting well. It's qualifiers only, people, so I'm not going to read too much into it. Slovakia have bounced back after their, I think it was their first game that they lost to, if I'm not mistaken.
They drew Luxembourg 0-0.
Yes, drew with Luxembourg. I forgot about that. Yes. Now they're going to host Portugal. I just think Portugal have too much. I think we get to see Ronaldo back in Europe. I'm going to go 2-0 Portugal.
Same scoreline, 2-0 Portugal. Yes.
There we go. Iceland, Bosnia. Obviously, Bosnia got to travel away to Iceland. I'm just so disappointed by Bosnia. I really think that they were going to finally qualify for the Euros for the first time because they've only qualified for the World Cup. maybe Iceland will be looking at this game as well and saying, hey, we can win it. I'm going to go narrowly 2-1 Bosnia.
Great minds think alike. 2-1 Bosnia. Yes, I think Bosnia, they need to come back. They need to get the campaign going now. And I'm still, because I picked them as well to qualify before the ball was kicked. And I think they changed their manager now. Maybe that they have now energy now, the better spirit in the team. And I think they can win this 2-1.
There we go. And then obviously Portugal versus Luxembourg. The first time these two teams met, it was 7-0. I'll be nicer to Luxembourg. I'll say 5-0.
Yeah, I'm going for this one 4-0. 4-0.
4-0. Slovakia, Liechtenstein, 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0, yes.
Thank you all for watching. If you haven't made it this far, put an hashtag Euro Qualifiers MTF. I want to see that in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and let's get a like count of about 200. Am I asking for too much, people? 200? Let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. And until next time, adios.